Okay, I think I worked out what the last little piece was with this monitor. It's a little stand that folds up. Yeah, and you can set the angle how you want this little thing to sit. And yeah, unfortunately that doesn't clip in properly anymore. That one seems to. Take that back off the front, so it's to make this little monitor sit on different angles. We can come that far forward and tilt it up quite a bit. Oh, we can go that far back. Yeah, kind of cool little design. It just slots on the bottom here. And then, yeah, you can put your little cover on if you want, if it's in daylight conditions. So I guess if you're on a train trip or a plane trip or something, you could be, well, they wouldn't let you run a camera on a plane back in the day probably, but you could have been editing away. But yeah, unfortunately this piece on one side doesn't click in properly anymore. I'm not sure why. There's a bit more plastic sticking up maybe. Yeah, something's just worn off there, I think. Yeah, it's meant to be a bit longer so it goes over a little lump here and clicks in like that, or it's actually pulling upwards maybe is the problem. Ooh, now I'm going to break it. Yeah, if you push that down more. Yeah, this piece is actually lifted. Yeah, there's your problem. Maybe it's done it in the sun, or is this... Yeah, that piece is lifted up there. I think it's warped in the sun or something. That's your problem. I bet if we press that down, it'll, yeah, it would already staying in there. Yeah, that one's catching. Yeah, that's all it needs to fix that. But let that come back up and it just wants to come back in. Oh, so it's a bit worse for wear. And that should just slot off. Maybe we'll have a quick look in here. I just want to see what's inside it now, but whether we'll see much, if it even comes apart easily. Yeah, it looks like it probably does. I'll push battery, so there's a battery eject thing. So there we go, you just gotta wobble it until it comes apart. Oh, look at that. Delay line. Yeah, it's actually got some standard capacitors in there, I think, rather than just surface mount ones. Interesting. I'm missing some screws here. There's a screw there. Does that do anything? Or should I leave it in there? Probably just hold something to the board. I think it probably does. Yeah, do I have to take some knobs off or something? Oh, that one's finally decided to come. Yeah, that's certainly helping. Are they little trim pots in there that it pushes into? Whoop. They're sort of clipped into the case. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. So you take the knobs off. And there we have it. Hang on, what's the... Oh, the display's connected here. I say, I hope I'm not pulling on some cable, but I am. Yeah, a bunch of little standard caps in there. Yeah, it's just got pretty standard caps. That's your backlight, of course. Whether we got some dodgy caps or something else, could be the backlights are on their way out, I guess. Because those lines on the screen sort of equate to the backlights by the look of it. I guess we could switch it on and see what the health of the various bits looks like. If I can sit this back down without risking damaging anything. Yeah, not the best looking backlights. Yeah, it's pretty dim to the eye. And yeah, definitely colour distortion and probably a few interference lines elsewhere as well. I think those lights have brightened up a little bit from just running them I think they're in actual fuse holder type connectors. A couple of little tubes there, so I might just leave that running for a bit, see if it warms up and gets its emission back a bit. It's one thing I didn't think of. Sometimes like neons and stuff, if you leave them for a while, they get a little unhappy. Well, if you just press that metal in a little bit to flex it, you can just get the cover off. I thought I'd just check it's not dirty in there or anything full of dust or anything, but no, it looks fine. Yeah, it looks like these little tubes fit in a couple of fuse holder things. But I might just do a quick ESR check on this. I've got to be careful of that LCD connector. We probably should really unplug that. I've actually got a fuse there by the look of it, which is probably a good idea in case someone puts the wrong polarity into it. All seem good. And there's one there, I don't think I checked. They all seem good. Better than I'd expect for most of the things. That one's kind of high, but it looks very small. Certainly not an open circuit. A lot of trim pots in there for something. Yeah, if you push up on the bottom ones, you can get the top ones to click on. Oh, the caps seem alright in it. Oh yeah, no, the brightness goes up enough. But yeah, we've got definitely weird patterning on there. Maybe it's something to do with the pattern generator or something. Yeah, turning the colour right up probably doesn't help. Yeah, if you look at it on an angle, maybe that was part of the problem. I can see the two lights, but if I straighten it up, it's not so bad. So maybe I'm expecting more from this than it's going to give. I mean, it is an old LCD, as in an early one, if it's anything like the age of the camera. Though we were missing a few bits, weren't we, though? Oh yeah, the red's definitely looking better now. Yeah, that goes coloured and is missing a line. Same with the dots, so that might just be something to do with the digital processing. That's multicoloured though. That's got purple, green, it's like colour bars almost. Yeah, on that you can see the lights quite badly. Yeah, they seem to be showing up a bit more. It's about getting the right contrast. Yeah, it's not very good viewing angle, and yeah, you can see some artifacts of the lights. Yeah, well, that's been running a bit. Yeah, I can still sort of see if I tilt it at all. Look on an angle, especially on that white, you can see the sort of outline of the tubes a bit. Yeah, I think that shows up in the camera. There's a couple of dark patches. Maybe they were a bit better than that when they were new. Maybe it was always a little bit like that. Not sure why. I've got a little bit of colour patterning there. Yeah, you never know. It could be something with the cables or anything. Or maybe it's just a bit like that. Maybe it doesn't like my pattern generator for some reason. With a moving picture, I doubt you're going to notice any of that stuff anyway. But other than that, that's about all I'm going to do with that one for now. So thanks for watching.